Here's up, guys, it's MugenLord here, and today I want to talk about the modding community, because that's right, the modding community is, I guess you would say, at war once again when in terms of censorship and what mods are allowed and what mods are not allowed. And this time, another modding site has been plagued, or I guess you say tainted, by the whole Western ideology once again. So what am I talking about here? What's going on? Well, just last week, or for the past couple of days, Persona 3 Reloaded has been under attack as far as mods are concerned and what you can actually do with these certain mods within the game itself. And it really has a community up in arms and pretty much calling out the hypocrisy that this particular modding site has and what they stand for. So before we dive into this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, the notification bell for more gaming content here on this channel. Now, if you guys are new to this channel, we've been talking about, modding as far as how Capcom is now against modding in their games, and they pretty much have an initiative in place in order to, I guess you say, counteract some of these situations where these mods have pretty much went on full display, especially with the Street Fighter nude mod with Chun-Li that had appeared in a Capcom tournament that really put that on blast. So now they're out screeching at modders when it comes to the whole modding of their games. And then we talked about Nexus mod before, when Starfield and their controversy about the character creator, where they had the section where you can select the character's pronouns, and a mod allows you to remove that segment, and Nexus mod pretty much abolished it, banned it, because it, I guess you would say, invoke hate speech towards that specific community. And now here we are with Persona 3 with this particular site called Game Banana, which is a modding site that you can post up mods. They also just have strategy guides and everything for all kinds of different games. But this is another hub, just like similar to Nexus mods, where you can go and post mods and download mods to your liking to customize your game. Well, apparently there were some mods going around for Persona Reloaded, where you allowed to actually add bust to a lot of the female characters that's in the game. But Game Banana mods didn't like that, and they end up striking it down. And then people all over Twitter were talking about it within the community itself. And then you see a split, because you have some people saying these are minors, underage characters being sexualized, and then you have other people saying that no, this is not making any sense because these are just fictional characters. And on top of that, why would you remove this mod when you have other mods that are way more sexualized, and I guess you would say use their same logic of characters who are supposed to be minors in these games, but it's totally okay. More specifically, the Genshin Impact mods that they have. So it just caused a whole lot of trouble here, and we're gonna go look at some of the things that was posted here by PC Focus, because PC Focus had actually posted I guess you say an article stating that Game Banana removes Persona 3 Reload Busty Yukari mod. And then the funny part about it is that you have Game Banana, they had posted a disclaimer explaining why. And Game Banana says that the mod violated our rules on indecent content because the character is known to be a minor. See specific rules in red. In the author's own word, this mod changes Yukari's body to make her look more corpulent, more stuffed, where the eyes can't escape. And then they have their disclaimers at the bottom: the rules, bestiality and shock images, sex acts shown or implied, see definitions below. Heavily pornographic images, this includes photographic and drawn images that have been clearly made for pornographic reasons. And then the red, which he wanted people to focus on, that a person, real or animated, that's indistinguishable from a minor or known to be a minor that has been modified from their default appearance or behavior in a way that sexualizes them, involves them in sexual context, or makes them partially or fully nude. So this is the part that PC Mods or PC Focus had pointed out. He said, so you would ban this, but why is this already in the game? So in the base game, and I just want to also put a disclaimer out there, I'm not a Persona fan. My brother Keel Lancer, he's a big Persona fan, so I watch him play all the Persona games. He has every last Persona game. He haven't turned away any of them. So he heard about this and was kind of irked by this as well. But just want to put that out there. It's just that I'm just against this form of censorship altogether, where these sites can dictate what's acceptable, what's not, but then be hypocritical and allow a certain other particular mod to be on their site. So this is what I'm just calling out here. So regardless if I'm a fan or not, this is something that fans are upset about, and I wanted to just point out why fans are upset. And if you're looking to get into Persona on the PC, this is something that you should be aware of and know what you're getting yourself into if you decide to want to get into the whole modding aspect of this game. But let's continue. So these are outfits that you can get of these female characters that's already in the game. You can get this. These are available already. So what people are not understanding is, why would you sit there and ban those mods, and then at the same time the game itself, from the developers themselves, have these type of costumes for these female characters? So that's when you have other people saying that not even Game Banana is safe. All that is left is of the mod B base mods in Gamefront. So yes, and I also say this: when there's companies or websites, forums who are pretty much just tainted by these ideologies, always try to look for alternatives. I always say this in a lot of my videos: when you don't like certain things, you either look for alternatives and support it, or you create your own. So if you're looking to find other sites that you can support that allow mods that you're looking for that has been banned, then look for other places. And apparently that mod B base mods in Gamefront is the place to be, and that you should look forward to if you want to get the mods that you're looking for and meet your modding needs. So just keep that in mind. And then you, like I said, you have a lot of people here who have just been calling them out, like Hummy. He said they pretty much didn't even remove a single mod from 3 houses, but does shit like this. And people just constantly just showing like this is not making any sense. Why this specific mod? And then you have other people saying that, you know, maybe this is something to bring controversy and to bring clicks to them. I don't know how that would work if everybody's flaming it and telling people to go to alternatives. That just doesn't make any sense. But then this is the thing that I really want to point out. I like to point out people who virtue signal when it comes to mods and all kinds of social political aspects, because it's always the people that virtue signal the most, skeletons in their closet, and exposed to be not decent people. Let me just put it that way. So you have Permaban. He says every single time. So it's this person named Mudkit, and when somebody pointed out that the PC mod, you know, or that Persona 3 Reloaded already have these costumes for the female characters that by default, you have Mudkit in response to that saying these shouldn't be in the game either, right? So then you have at the bottom in response, somebody says play other things, and then Mudkit said no, Atlas is perfectly capable of not putting creepy shit in their game. So this is where the hypocrisy come in, because remember, keep in mind, Mudkit say that this stuff is creepy, this, that, and the third. But then somebody go post up and says, holy shit, he's a fraud. So you see a mod, a Persona mod too, for Daisy, and the author of this mod is Mad Max 1960. And who is Mad Max 1960? That's right, Mudkit. And guess what? Daisy, or the mod from Persona, also has a bikini outfit. Now, this person is, in the argument is that these characters are supposedly be minors or whatever like that. And here it is, you got her in a bikini that they say is, you know, in a suggestive or sexualized type of pose. And this guy is a modder, and just to remind you of that, by the way. And it just point out the hypocrisy of all of this. When these people come out here, they virtue signal and they say these type of things, and then turn around, you go look on their profile, they have all kinds of other things that they have done. And also, he also a modder, and he modded Pyra in Super Smash Brothers, in Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, to give her jiggle physics. So, like, can you make this make sense? This doesn't make sense. And that's why you gotta look out for people that sit there and grandstand the most. But we're not even done yet. Because speaking of Pyra and Mithra, I also wanted to point out too, in a specific situation where we also had an individual, which we're going to talk about in a second, is another person had made a post not too long, it was a while ago, and they posted up, what is the thing, a game that you like, but you know, has something that's most controversial about it or whatever like that. And this person named Andrew gets on and he states that, you know, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and essentially how Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is perverted, it sexualizes, you know, women and minors and all the type of nonsense that this person is grandstanding, and pretty much essentially saying that is, you know, that Monolith Soft is creepy and Nintendo allowed this and everything. And then you turn around, right? And then somebody had exposed Andrew and said, "Hey dude, is this you?" And then you kind of find out that this guy is a registered sex offender, and this dude was diddling minors. And so that's the thing that boggles my mind. You gotta watch out for people like this, people that always go on and always attack you, the fan, a person who's actually a fan of the game. Because there's people in here within the Persona Reloaded community who's saying that this is creepy, that this is wrong, and then you gotta ask them, are they actually Persona fans, or are they tourists? They just passing through and they just happen to stumble upon it, and now they want to make a big issue about it, because this is ridiculous. So we're not done yet, because we have Nexus Mod, because they're back in another controversy once again. Like I said before, we talked about the whole pronoun situation. Now apparently Nexus Mod was caught removing the disclaimer that was found on the Tomb Raider trilogy that just released, that everyone is really loving. Everybody loves the game and everybody is playing it to death right about now, because they kept mostly everything intact, and except they censored one thing, the woman, the bikini woman, which I forgot all about that. But she was nude, but this time they decided to put a bikini on her. So people's making a fuss about that. Now, to me, in my personal opinion, yeah, it's censorship, but when it comes to that, I'm like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I forgot it was in the game. Like, you actually have to look for it or notice it, and that was something that I forgot all about. But other than that, people's loving the game. But when you boot up the game, you got a disclaimer, and it's pretty much from Crystal Dynamics themselves. Crystal Dynamics, it was essentially pretty much saying that they're ashamed of the original Tomb Raider game, because the depiction of particular stereotypes of ethnic groups and everything like that, the sexual nature of some of the character and everything like that, which caused a lot of people to be upset about and, you know, throw a fit. And people have the right to do that and everything, but the disclaimer had pissed everybody off. So right now somebody had created a mod just to remove that disclaimer altogether, and it's causing a lot of flack. Is because now you're not allowed to now you're not allowed to use mods to remove disclaimers from a game. Now the Nexus mod is added again. And the crazy thing about it is, even after the whole pronoun situation, it's just crazy how people still are continuing to upload mods on that site. And I don't know why people are surprised that they have removed this disclaimer that they have here from Tomb Raider collection 1 through 3 or whatever like that, when they already shown and proved where they stand, you know, when it comes to their social political beliefs. And they got rid of the archives, but Shizu had essentially posted up, you know, the things that's going on, that the community are really upset about this. And you see people talking about it. He said the message was dumb, and if people don't want to see it and there's a mod that removes it, who exactly are you to talk? He said imagine being offended by a mod, snowflake. And this is what's going on. People are upset because this is something as small as this. And if they're willing to take something out as small as a disclaimer and remove that mod where you can't do it, that should let you know where they align. This should let you know, like, why are you going to continue to upload mods on that site? And like I said, they're already telling you, like, yo, go to base mods. Base mods, you know, is a site that you should support. You shouldn't support a site that's going to remove disclaimers. It just doesn't make sense. And I was surprised to see that, people, like, after the whole pronoun situation, that people would pretty much say, hey, you know what, let me just go somewhere else. But this is what we have right here. This is what's going on. And in my personal opinion, I noticed something when it comes to PC community or the modding community altogether. I remember where, back then, where consoles was still like a really big thing. Now, and PC was still its own, niche area. Not everybody gamed on the PC. Consoles was still like the primary source to meet all your gaming needs. So when people modding was like in its own little niche area. No one really tampered or touched with the modding community because there was really no focus on it. Yeah, the modding community has its own situations and dramas and stuff, but you wouldn't know nothing about it. But ever since social media came about, and as consoles began to evolve each generation, where now you're starting to see a lot of games releasing simultaneously on both PC and consoles, and more people are starting to shift over to the PC, and also a lot of console developers are starting to say that, hey, developing games or releasing games, PC is going to start being our primary platform for here on out. So you're going to start to see a lot of shifts. You're going to see a lot of people moving over to the PC platform, and which is also going to bring in a lot of tourists, a lot of controversy, and a lot of arguments and debates that was never really found in the modding community that you see now. And now that a lot of these developers are moving over to this side of gaming on a PC platform, you're starting to see companies like Capcom wanting to crack down on modding, and now the modding community is essentially under attack. It's no longer this Fight Club. No one talks about Fight Club. It's no longer a niche thing now, because now it's being flooded. And of course, with social media and YouTube, you're allowed to show these mods off. And I think that's bringing a lot of spotlight to a lot of these tourists, because they go online, they go on YouTube, they see a lot of these videos, they click on it just to get offended by it, then they go on Twitter, they go on a Twitter rampage, and then now you have a whole debate, and then articles begin to write about it, and it brings a lot of spotlight to this. And I understand a lot of modders, they feel proud of their work. They want to put their work on social media so you'll be able to see, so people can be able to see the things that they have created and stuff, because it's a sharing community. It's a community where you share your creations with everybody who has similar tastes, likes, and want to personalize their PC, their PC experience with their favorite games. And now it's being flooded. It's being flooded by tourists, and it's being brought into this social war aspect of gaming. And it's going to really have, if not gatekept or not kept under control, it's going to have some devastating effects in the near future. But before I go, I just want to say that, do not, if anything, like modders or people who's looking to get into modding, leave Banana Gaming or leave Nexus Mod alone. Go to Base Mods or any other site, or even build your own to be able to host the things you want to host. Nexus Mod already showed this colors already. So you can't even get upset that they're doing this when they already showed their colors with the whole pronoun situation. And now you can't remove a splash page with a disclaimer on it that you disagree with. So that's all I have to say. I definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think about this whole entire situation when it comes to the modding community? Do you think that the modding community is going to suffer a great crackdown because of these tourists and because these companies now moving more so over into the PC space, compared to what it used to be in the past? I definitely want to hear your thoughts. If you're a modder, let me know what you think of the situation when it comes to modding and workarounds when we come to this form of censorship and stuff like that. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe button for more gaming content here on this channel. This is MugenLord, sign off. I'll see you game fiends later. Peace out.